All right, here we go. Here we freaking go. Gonna put this up. Oops. Out of frame. Multimeter on the Matahari. Gottlieb Garage, Tommy Sylvester, back with the Paragon, and I ordered a capacitor kit for the soundboard and found some good info online on how to try to tackle that when that comes. But for now, my main problems are the displays are all, they kind of work. I'm going to probably pull a couple out of the Matahari and see if they work in here. I want to swap displays around until my first player display is showing what it's supposed to show. So I'm gonna do that. I ordered some chips. What chips did I order? The decoder chip. Is that what it is? MC14543B. What's this? MC14543B. Yeah, so I ordered some chips. But I want to see if I can, just get one display working right, and we'll go from there. All right, let me get her plugged in real quick. Do not record this stuff. Nobody wants to see me plug it in. Got this cool plug-in from Harbor Freight. Let you know if there's power to the circuit or not. It's kind of cool. Bing. All right, so we'll flick it on. I might have to turn this light off. It's pretty bright. All right, we're in attract mode. Hey, this one's right now. That was doing all zeros. Okay, sweet. So maybe it was a loose connection or something. So what I'll do is, I want to try to put that one in the first player spot. Let's see. This one needs the 1, 2, 4, and 5 spot to have good. I think this one, this digit's out. $52,590. Okay, so I'm gonna shut her down, and I will put that display up there and see if it works right. It's got these little tags. Peach, they say Peach State, whatever, some kind of inventory thing. They're on all the boards. Oh, wait, where are they? Yeah, down there. There's another one in there somewhere, but I want to snip them off. Snip those off. Let's get a little camera focus action back here. And focus. Okay, we're back. So I got those off. Let me snip off those tags real quick. They get in the way. They hang up on stuff. These pins look pretty dirty. Man, I hope I don't have to repin all these. I think I'm going to. Slide him in there. All the way. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter if it's all the way in. Put the connector on. I guess it matters a little bit to me if it's all the way in because it helps it. There's like some wedges there to support the bottom. There. All right, get this back on. Hate how hard that slams. I wanted to check this number 1 display, the solder, just to see. This is the one I took out of 1. I think it's been done before. Don't look too hateful. That second to last one looks a little suspect. Oh, I reflowed these last night. Durr. Okay. Okay, I did this last night and moved this one up here, and I can't remember if I moved that one down or what, but maybe that's what it was. Shit, now I can't effing remember. I'll have to look at the footage. But anyway, number 3 is now in number 1. Number 1 is chilling over on top of Matahari. So let's turn it on and see what happens. All right. Okay. Bingo. Okay. 52,590. Sweet! I finally have a display doing what it's supposed to do. So, let me see if I can go into display test. I have never done this. Never had a Bally that worked good enough to get into display test. All right, self-test. Number 1, lamp test. Number 2X is display test. Pushing self-test button, the number of times shown results in lamp test, number 1. Display test for 2. Solenoid test, 3. Sound test, 4. Switch test, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go 2 and get the display test going. The test button. There it is. 1. Okay, that's lamps. Cool. 2. Display. Awesome! I'm testing displays. I'm testing displays. This one's working great. Very excited. Okay, so I watched a good video last night. I need to pull it up and see what he said about how to fix these. But I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna plug that one back in and see what it's doing again. But I think this one is the chip issue because it's just showing like all 9s or all 0s. So very excited. This is a segment issue on this one, and I think that can be fixed with resistors maybe? I have the resistors to swap these, so. Ooh, I gotta go to the bathroom. All right, I'm firing her back up. I think this is the one where I have, yeah, missing digit. So, I'm gonna go into the test real quick. Yeah, so I'm missing that 4th digit. And I think I'm gonna try what I just saw on this video, and I'll show you guys. All right, this is Joe's Classic Video Games. How to repair your Bally pinball machine score displays from 7 years ago.
The way these work is, when it first comes into the machine, it runs through these resistors here, R1, R3, R5, R7, R9, R11. See those? These resistors have a bad habit of burning up. And whenever they burn up, they go open where they're no longer connected. And so the signal won't get through for the digit. So if you've got a digit missing, check these 3 resistors, see if they're all similar. And check these 3 resistors. 100K ohms. You can tell whenever you check it with a multi.
All right, we're gonna do that. Let me get that one out here on the bench. Boom, we're on the bench. This is the 4th player display that was missing the thousandth digit. So we're gonna do what he said. I'm gonna test these resistors. All right, Christmas texts. Oh yeah, it's Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's been a good one. Unseasonably warm. It's like 70 degrees here in Chattanooga, so that's kind of funny. But anyway, let's get back to it. Merry Christmas. Gonna stay there. We'll see. All right. Resistance R1. Nice. R3, 78. A little low, I'd say. 81. R7, right at 100, right on the money. R9, 90. 90. Okay, so R3 is almost 80. That's probably enough. I don't know. 90. Now back to R1, 95.6. Okay. What I'm going to do is take a sip of Dr. Pepper. I'm going to go through here and find the right resistors. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace the 2 that we're testing testing, you know, over 10, 15% off of what they should be. So R3 and R5. I'll swap those with half watt resistors because I read that that's what's recommended to do here, and we'll go from there. So let me find the right ones and I'll maybe take a little video of me doing it. I want to show you real quick before I do the resistors. Check out these. 1, 2, potentially a weak third. That one. There. 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty cracked solder joints. So I'm gonna real fast, because that is what Joe said to do first. He said resolder all these. So I'm gonna do that real quick, pop it back in, check it again, and then worry about the resistors. Okay, scratch that again. I am gonna reflow this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do those resistors as well. The 2 that are measuring funny. All right, well, I meant to get a time lapse of it, but I forgot to hit record. There's it. There it is, all nice and reflowed. Let's pop it in. Before I do the resistors, I don't know what I said, I don't know what I settled on, but before I mess with those, I'm gonna quick put this in and see if that fixed anything. All right, just reflowed solder on this. Did not touch the resistors. Got 3 that are fairly decently out of spec, 1 that's more so than the other 2, but let's turn this on Get her in display test. All right, right, quite right. Didn't fix. All right, bust it out, replace those resistors. All right, boom. Those are swapped. Nice clean solder. I made sure there was no continuity between the ones next to each other that I worked on, so. Let's get this in there and check it out. There's one more up here that measured slightly out of spec, so I'll try that next if this doesn't work. Power time. Okay. Okay. Come on. No! All right. Damn. Okay, I got to looking. And seems to me that the resistance on these isn't bad enough. It's not too crazy. The new ones measure 90K. And the old ones are actually closer to 100. So I'm going to leave them alone because after reading PinWiki, they said the thousands digit, which is that one. Wait, sorry, no, the thousands digit is Q10. That's what it said. Q10 and something else. So I just measured Q10 and I can show you that it's measuring bad. So, see if I can do this one-handed. Here's a good one. Here's, let's see, which one's Q10? Q10 is there. So it's right here. It's those three, top two, and that little guy there. So, I'm going to do a different one here just so you can see what it's supposed to be. Point 0.61 something. 0.62. Another one here. 0.62. 0.65. Okay. 0.63. They're all giving me 0.61, 0.62, except for Q10 here. It gives me 1.62 and 0.8. Try it again. 1.62, 1.7, and 8. So let's try a different one here. I don't know what Q this is, but it's one down the road. 0.61, 0.62. Try another one here. This guy. 0.62, 0.63. So I'm replacing Q10. I don't have any Q10s though. Well, I'm gonna steal one from one of these Matahari displays. I'll test them out, steal one out of there. Before I go hacking these up to rob parts from them, I need to see if they work. So I'm gonna pop this Matahari Display 4 into here and just see if it works. All right, Matahari display going in. I know I don't have to slide it in here all the way, but I like to do what I like to do. Let's try it out. Random Matahari display. Okay, zeros. Show me the thousands, baby. Hey! I got good displays all up in this mug. Sweet. Okay, I took this old one out of the Matahari. The bracket is broken and there's some burnt spots. Pretty good burn marks in the glass. Can you see? Kinda. So I'm gonna make this my sacrificial board, but in case it still works and I somehow need like a score display that doesn't need the 100 digit, I'm gonna take out Q9. I've tested it, it measures good, so I'm gonna put that one in place of Q10 on this one. Okie dokie. Got Q9 pulled out and put into Q10. Right. I'm pointing to it with my finger on the screen. Right there. And my professional solder job. But it tests good like the other ones, so I'm gonna pop this baby in there and we'll see. Okay, third player is in one player, it works. We're good on that. Matahari, fourth player is in fourth player here, and that works. And then the one that was here in fourth player that was missing the thousands, I swapped out Q10 and I put it in here. So about to flip this bad boy on and see if it works. 3, 2, 1. Okay, very nice. I think we're in fucking business, dude. That's awesome. Display test. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So, works. Wigging out. I think I have some decoder chips on order, but I think this might be a decoder chip issue. I'm gonna keep watching Joe's video and see what he says about how would I describe that. It's trying, but they're flaky and all that, so. And it's every digit. It's not just, you know, isolated to one thing. They're all wigging out, so I think these are probably the wacky chips. For now, since I don't have those chips, I may just keep swapping displays until I got all good ones in here, so. I'm gonna go from there now. So wait, where am I going? I am gonna swap displays. Okay, round like 50. I just reflowed the solder on this, and to me it looked like one of the glass leads maybe was loose, so I put a little solder on there. Let's see if that fixes this guy. Oh shit, it did. 29 credits, ball 0. Oh snap! So maybe flickery display is just bad solder. All right, I'm pulling this guy out and resoldering that. Oh shit, that's awesome. All right, let me get into the test. Oh my God, I'm so happy. This is great. I'm like super pumped. I've never gotten this far on a Bally before. I got stuck on the Matahari and oh man, I'm happy. All right, reflow time. Woo! All right, round 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. I reflowed player 2 solder, and I'm hoping to get the exact same result as this one. And then my displays will be done. Come on, baby. No, missing segments. Okay. I'm missing the bottom right segment. Okay, so can you see? Yeah. The bottom right segment's missing on this one, so I need to see what that means. I think it might be a resistor or a transistor, and if that's the case, I can fix it. So let me see. What would we do without PinWiki? So I'm missing, I think, that bottom right segment. So it looks like it should be segment driver Q15. And that's another MPS A42, which I have a couple of on this one I can steal. So let me try that. Looky there. I took the shortcut, stole another one out of Matahari because I checked the transistor on this one, no, this one. Yeah, player 2 or Paragon 2. So I checked Q15 as a potentially like bad segment transistor, but it measured good just like all these other ones. So when I look at this, the ones that aren't working, the stinking chip is like very corroded. And the ones that are working, it's nice and clean. So I'm gonna wait till my chips come in. Till my chips come in. There's an old country song, When My Ship Comes In or something like that. Anyway, I'm super happy. We got all the displays working. I think 3 of them by resoldering, 1 by swapping a transistor, and 2 from the Matahari. So I'm very happy with that progress today. I'm going to shut her down. I'm gonna, what's next? I think that'll be it for this episode. We'll call this the display episode. But next will be redo the caps on the soundboard once they come in. Got a good lead and some good info on how to fix that. Then figure out why my flippers are just solenoid voltage is disappearing after I get into a game. Seemed like only after I hit the saucer, but it may be just a time thing. So that's something to do with the 43 volt flipper solenoid stuff, I think. So anyway, very stoked. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.